Welcome to this fairly easy battle. I'm actually surprised how easy this battle is. So I have an artillery corps with a corps commander perked for artillery. And you'll notice these 20-pound best units, I have them labeled 20 best. What I did was I took a melee cav unit and I turned it into 2 artillery units. And you'll notice I have 100 in everything except firearms. And the goal is to grind up firearms to 100 right before Washington, so that I'll have some unit with 100 in everything, and then turn that into, well, a lot of infantry. So these are all really, really good artillery units, 21 of them. Boy, 10-pound parrots are really underwhelming, but I've got a bunch of them, and this isn't even all the guns I have. I've got more guns than this. And then I have 3 Whitworths unscoped. And the reason they're here is because this corps is perked for artillery. So all my good units with scoped Whitworths and JF Browns are in the other corps. Notice also I have these guys scoped for or perked for spotting and for stealth. I think this is really, really useful here. I also have lieutenant colonels here to get some XP. So I think those perks work out really well here. You could go for long range, but my guys do a great job of spotting with the spotting perk in the end, and that's what I want them for. Those guys have almost 100 efficiency, so there's no reason for these guys to get a lot of kills. I need the kills in my infantry and artillery. These guys are mostly spotting. I mean, they help, but their job is to assist, not to win the battle. So these lieutenant colonels do not hurt efficiency, but they like I just want to make them into colonels and then colonels into generals. I have a bunch of colonels here. Hopefully they get promotions. Pretty good efficiency for the first ones. The guys in 4th Division are pretty bad. I don't need all these infantry units, and I debated, like, my last 3 units in this corps, maybe I would bring like skirmisher units with Spencer carbines or something like that. That's worth trying, but I ended up going just with infantry. Okay, I have a plan, and the plan doesn't work. And the reason the plan doesn't work is because I run out of ammo. I have 2 ammo wagons in each corps. That is not enough for this battle. You need 3, maybe 4, and I wish I'd had 4. And I could have had 4 in each corps from Cold Harbor alone. I just didn't do it, and I'm not going to go back and refight it. Actually, Army size 46, I think he's going to go down to 45 after this. This is a very easy battle. Hall's Ferry. You could probably get out of this battle with losing 2,000 or 3,000 men. It's very easy to take the 2 victory locations. I think it's really easy to kill all his artillery if your snipers are perked for stealth and spotting. If you have 4 ammo wagons per corps, I mean, you have 12 hours. You could pretty much wipe him out. He has 70,000 men, but I could pretty much wipe out his artillery in, I don't know. Well, notice how fast. I mean, it doesn't take that long to kill all his artillery. And then, like, it's just crushing what the artillery does to his infantry over that long a period of time. And my goal is to use all of my artillery, like, in support, right? Like up close, firing canister and exploding shell, even the 10-pound parrots, just to drive the enemy back and just hit him for 11 of the 12 hours and just wipe him out. And then in the last hour, have my infantry go in and wipe him out. It's a good plan. I can't do it because I ran out of ammo really early, so I ended up just brute forcing the battle, and I still get about 10 to 1, but, and of course I want to wipe the enemy out too, which I don't have to do. I don't need to wipe him out. I just choose to. I have my army already built for Washington. I have plenty of men right now. I have plenty of weapons. I have plenty of experience. Like, I'm ready to go. This is just like a little bit more experience, some more money. But I actually thought about just going on to Washington and calling it good. So I'm having trouble getting visibility. I know there are 2 units in the trenches on his right side, my left. And over here I don't see any artillery, so I'm actually firing at his infantry because I need to knock him out of there. It turns out that these fortifications must be really good because I have a hard time knocking him out of these fortifications. And but as you can see, I mean, his artillery unit's just melting, and that's pretty much, I can see 2 of them now, and we're just melting them. We're going to kill both of those, then we're going to see another one and kill it. I have to hit pause a lot in this battle. On the strategic map, you can see the view button. I like to get down close and look at the terrain. I found that from this position right here, this is actually a hilltop with the woods. You can get really good visibility on this side of the map, and I have 20-pound parrots over here. That's a really good position. Over in the center, it's kind of difficult to get visibility because you have this really strange undulating land. But so what I have to do, you have to hit pause, and like I'm doing right now, you have to move your units around. There are 21 of them. It takes forever. It's a very long battle, just fiddling with the artillery. You have to get them into position. Of course, with the 10-pound parrots, you want to hit at the max range, which is irritating, because at max range, you might not be able to see the target, and then you move forward, and you lose that bonus damage. But like, you have to watch your artillery, because they'll move forward, but then there'll be there's a glitch, and it will just burn through your condition, go to 0, and then you'll have to rest the unit. So the way to get out of that is to put your unit on hold. So you have to check to see if anybody's burning condition for some weird reason, and then like fix them. So you have to constantly check, is this guy hitting the target I want him to hit? And it felt like hours of just fiddling around with my artillery and making sure they were doing what I wanted them to do. Because after this guy's dead, I got to find the next guy and then get everybody so they can hit him and so on. So yeah, I think he came in with what, it said he was going to have 70,000. And once you wipe out his units, it shows fewer guns. So I guess he has, what, close to 400 guns almost. Well, we're going to kill all his guns. That's not going to be hard. His 2 units that do a lot of damage to my army are 1 artillery unit and 1 sniper. And he has 1 sniper that just I can't see him, and he just bleeds some of my infantry. He gets a ton of kills. He has scoped Whitworths, and yeah, it's just really bad for me. 1 artillery unit gets a bunch of kills, but most of them die, I think, without firing a shot. So that's good. So I don't think I've lost a man so far. I think it's several hours before I lose my first man. The one thing I am noticing is, man, I'm going through ammo fast. As this is going on, I'm getting more and more concerned. I do not have enough ammo. Like, on the upper right side, the north, on my right, his left, there's a fortification there, and my goal is to have like 4 or 5 10-pound parrots firing canister and knocking those guys out of the fortification. Well, I can't do it because I don't have ammo. And that screws up my plan completely. So when I brute force my way pretty much over his fortifications, I take thousands of losses. And I can afford it, but it was completely unnecessary. If I'd had ammo, it wouldn't have come to that, as you'll see. But still, I mean, I get about 10 to 1, and it's good. So, but again, the thing is, make sure you have ammo, by making sure you have ammo wagons that you harvest during the battles. This unit right here, notice he's losing, his condition's down to 64. I had to click on him, hit hold, which is spacebar, so he stopped hemorrhaging condition, and then he'll get condition back. One of the things I do is I'll put this guy like in the woods and have him not fire, because firing at this distance will give his position away. He'll sit there and give me visibility on that artillery unit, and that's what I care about. I care about my artillery being able to kill his artillery, not how many shots I get with that Whitworth. So he's going to sit there. Ooh, he's off. Is he firing? Oh man, that's dangerous. He's not firing, that's why. I need to put him on hold fire. Okay, my reinforcements are coming in. I think I have, what do I have? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 snipers total. It's probably too many. I don't need that many. But they'll do a good job. They'll get lots of kills. But I don't need them to get kills. I need them to spot. But yeah, they do a good job. Now I make a mistake here. I know that even with the stealth perk, my snipers are going to get spotted, and I kind of want to use detached skirmishers to bait him into charging. I don't want to use my snipers to do it. That's kind of a theory I have going into the battle, that I'll detach skirmishers, send them forward. He'll charge out, which he will do. He'll charge out of the fortifications, and then I'll hammer him with artillery and infantry, get him into melee, and just crush him. But I don't want my snipers to do it. I expect, though, my snipers to occasionally get spotted, and when they do, they'll get charged, because that's just how the AI works. So, but I want my infantry to be up. Now you can see my infantry is moving forward, but it's not there yet. And I have like 2 more divisions coming in. Like I have some of my infantry moving, and then I have 2 more, actually most of 1st Corps, which is infantry, coming in. And I don't want my snipers to get spotted until the infantry gets right behind them, so it can back up the snipers. So I get a little too aggressive, and my snipers get caught. Like I push them too far forward. Another thing that I want to do is kill his generals. I think he has 2 of them, and I want to kill those generals, and I want to kill the supply wagons. Okay, it's all going well so far. Yeah, I finally put the guy in the woods in the front on hold fire, and he should be able to sit there and just quietly spot for me. Yeah, I have my snipers too far forward, and I'm moving the guy on the right forward. That's a mistake, because that's going to trigger a charge. These guys on the left are too far forward, because his units are going to move back into the fortifications. They're not going to just give them up. They're going to try to move. I know they're going to move back into them. I think I'm going to get visibility before he sees me. It doesn't work that way. And I should definitely not be where I am, because look where my infantry is. It's too far away. So even as I'm doing this, I'm thinking, okay, this is dangerous, but I just need another couple minutes. And like my one guy's firing. That should be a heads up that he's moving forward. I should get out of there. Like I'm checking on him, but I'm thinking I just need another minute. So no, I need to get him out of there. That's a mistake. But I'm thinking, like, 1 more minute, the infantry's on its way. But no, didn't work out. Because once he sees me, he's going to charge. There he comes. Okay, he's charging on the right and on the left. And my infantry is just too far away. So I have my artillery support. I just don't want to get caught in melee. Everybody hit him. But look how far my infantry... That's just poor timing. And over here, I almost got caught. These guys surprised me. But I'm going to pop him now, because my infantry's just getting there just in the nick of time. Oh, and I take a shot. Totally unnecessary. But now we're going to punish him. Now we're going to thump him. Oh, that feels good. And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking, I would like to do everything possible to lure his units forward every chance I get, because I'm loving this. This is great. I mean, we're just beating up on him. I mean, this is just sweet. This is a perfect battle for me. If you take a look at it, I have all this artillery firing at close range into his infantry. I mean, that's perfect for me. That's exactly how I like to fight. Yeah, now he's taking shots with all the artillery in the world, and it's just, it's beautiful. Okay, that worked out, so I'm going to send the snipers back forward and do more good work. Okay, his artillery there can see my infantry, so I probably need to back off. I can't just keep pushing forward. But what I want to do at this point, I can see actually 3 of his artillery now on my right, this 1 artillery on the left, and I can see 2 ammo wagons, and I can also see 1 more commander. I think I killed 1 commander already. So I want to kill his ammo wagons, because I'll never capture them. And if I can deny him his ammo for his artillery, that'd be great. And kill his commander and kill his artillery. So, and he's moving another artillery unit forward, which is great. That way I don't have to go chase that guy down, because if he stays back, he'll be hidden. So I hope he sends all of his artillery forward. I'm thinking, man, I'll just let him like defend that flag the whole battle, which would be a not unreasonable thing to do. Let him just keep pushing artillery units forward on that flag and kill them all right there, because I can see them easily. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm going to have like 6 or 7, maybe 8 artillery eventually on the right side. I want 4 infantry to go around to my far right, and about 3 to sort of right but not far right, and then there are 3 or 4 on this side of the river, and then a whole pile to the left. And I want 4 infantry to go all the way to the north edge of the map, and then come around behind him. So everything works fine except the fortifications on the right that I think I'm going to take easily. They're tough. I mean, some of these fortifications in the game are really good, and there are some fortifications here that just, you hit him with a ton of infantry and artillery and he just does not rout, which means very good positions. Yeah, I have 20-pound parrots on the left, so he's just melting on the left. On the right, I have all 10-pounders, and it's very slow. So there's 1 underneath the infantry unit, and I'm able to target that unit successfully and kill it, but it takes a while. Then there's the commander, then there's another unit just to the north, and 1 to the north of that. So I can actually see 3 artillery on the hilltop on the right, and I can see 2, 1 in the center and 1 on the left, and we're just melting them. And it's 9 o'clock, and this is just going like amazingly well. The only thing I'm not happy with is my infantry is not doing anything, and I really would like to get them into the fight. Actually, what I know now, I should back up my infantry, get them out of sight, because his artillery can hit me, and although he's not doing much damage, it's completely unnecessary damage. So my goal, of course, is to advance with detached skirmishers, not with infantry, and let artillery and detached skirmishers knock enemy units out of these fortifications. Yeah, he's just getting blasted. Yeah, my snipers are doing a good job of just taking shots on the enemy. They're getting kills. They're degrading his infantry in the front lines. I'm pretty sure... No, my guy's firing. My infantry unit in the woods is firing. I guess no reason for him not to, because there's nothing really to see. Yeah, everything's going well. Just getting free kills. Only problem is ammo. Which... Yeah, and I'm killing his supply wagons. That's beautiful. Loving that. Yeah, no reason to push forward, because everybody's doing what they need to do. I'm moving my artillery around off screen, giving movement orders. And I'm about to push the artillery forward and get exploding shell range on all these guys in the fortifications. The only thing I can tell you is I really, really wish I'd had more ammo. Because the battle's easy. I mean, if you want to get out of this with no losses, just take the 3 victory locations. It'd be really easy. Because he has a ton of guys in the far north that will not come forward and fight. And will let you take the 3 victory locations and then just time out. And you could get out of this thing with 2,000 or 3,000 total losses. But if you want to wipe them all out, you know, there's a bunch of them, I think like 70,000, so that's good, that's different. But yeah, I ended up, it's a 12-hour battle, and I timed out at like 10 hours, I think. I had 2 more hours, and just because I was out of ammo, and you know, and also it'd been a really long fight. What makes it long is fiddling with your artillery so much. I had to hit pause so often and give orders and fiddle with each individual artillery unit. I was just really tired of it by the end, so I just, like, you know, what am I worried about? You know, just attack them, wipe them out. That's the fun way to end the battle anyway. You know, stop it. But that wasn't my original plan. My plan was to drag it out the full 12 hours, get the maximum XP, have my artillery fire the maximum amount of time. That was the plan. So, and if I'd had ammo, I'm pretty sure that's what I would have done. And also I would have had fewer losses just because I'd had a much better artillery support when I attacked the final fortifications, instead of just trying to brute force it with just infantry. This is sweet. This is just sweet. Detached skirmishers and artillery and snipers just pounding this guy. He's in the wrong place. Why? Why does he think this is a good idea? Oh, I hope he just keeps sending units forward. At this point, yeah, just keep sending everybody forward. This is great. We can just fight the entire battle right here on this river line. I'd be very happy. Every time he moves forward into the open, I want to hit him with an exploding shell, or even canister. Look where I have the 20-pound parrots. They're pretty far forward. But I'm taking my time moving them forward, and every time I move them forward, I hit the view button to change the view of the landscape so I can see, you know, where might be high ground to place them so they get nice long-range shots. So yeah, there go the 20-pound parrots forward. Yeah, I'm really concerned about ammo right now. I'm thinking at this point, I'm going to run out of ammo. This is not how I thought this was going to go. And all of my plans of just using massed artillery for the entire 12 hours depends on not running out of ammo. So what you do is, in previous battles, every time there's a multi-phase battle, you exit the supply wagon off, even if you have to lose money. Like, say there are 10,000 still in the ammo wagon. I would still say it's worth it to exit that wagon. You're going to lose the 10,000 by doing that, but you get another wagon, and you really, really want 4 ammo wagons in 2 cores when you come to this battle. Probably for the next one too. The next battle, though, isn't 12 hours long. Yeah, if I'd had 4 ammo wagons, I would have just pounded this guy to death after because his artillery's gone fairly quickly. And then after that, my plan was just to hit him with canister for hours and just bleed him to death. And, you know, in about the last hour, whatever's left could be scooped up with my infantry. There's another ammo wagon on the left, just died. Yeah, his commander I saw on the right killed him with artillery. Every time he charges forward, I'm just loving it. He just gets pounded. He gets hit by snipers, then he gets hit by infantry, he gets hit by exploding shell from 15 artillery, then on the way back he gets hit by more snipers. I mean, it's just... This guy thinks he's going to cross the water, 0 cover. I mean, I'm not even trying to grind XP for my snipers, and he's just making it easy. Yeah, come on across. Come on. You can have the flag. Come all the way to the flag. That'll be great. Yeah, on the right side, I moved my unscoped Whitworth sniper a little further north on the right side, so now I can see the 2 artillery units in the far north. I can see that there are 2 artillery units on the hill to the south, so that's 4 artillery to kill over there. Of course, he has more than that, but, you know, that's a start. And I'm just, like, checking the blue bar and just counting down his artillery as they die. Also his men. I mean, his numbers are just falling. I think this is a... Like, what I'm doing right now is fun. Just letting the artillery blast. It's the getting the artillery in position and monitoring them that is boring. It just takes forever. It's just really takes a long time, and it's just tedious, which makes the battle not that much fun. But once you have them in place, it's fun. And, you know, getting the snipers, like, it's really easy with these guys, the way they're perked, to just have them sit and just take free shots and not get detected, because that last perk, you get like an extra 20% stealth. Yeah, there I had a detached skirmisher, like, trigger them into a charge. That's great. They charge right across the water. Now his artillery can hit my infantry, and it's doing damage, but my infantry is doing great damage to his guys. And this is a real chance to really hurt his army, so I'm going to take it, even if it means losses. I'm not that worried about taking some losses. But I think after medicine I take... It's 5,000... I think it's somewhere around 5,800, which... You could get... If I'd had artillery, I think I could have gotten out of here with 5,000 or even 4,000 losses. Well, maybe not the way I fight. Maybe 5,000. Maybe 4,500. Because, like, I'm loving this. I mean, I'm just, like, pounding on this guy as he's going back across the water. Yeah, it's just... Now I'm going to back them up because they walked up and they hit him. Now they need to fall back. Let my artillery do its job. And I can see one guy on the left, one guy on the right. And they're both dying pretty quick because my 20-pound parrots are hitting the guy on the left, and the guy on the right, all these 10-pound parrots are like thumping him, so that's really good. And then I've moved my artillery on the right like further north, and they're within easy range of those two artillery units over there, and they're just, you know, once you get them in place, it was a bit of a nuisance. As I said, every time you move them, you got to like make sure they can hit the target, and then also make sure that they're not glitched out and hemorrhaging condition. And once you get everything set up, that is the boring part of this battle. But once you get them set up, it's just, I mean, this is just great fun. And as you'll see, most of his artillery doesn't do, well, a lot of his artillery gets 0 kills. It just sits there and dies. Doesn't even inflict a single casualty, so that's excellent. Yeah, making sure I moved more artillery over there, and I'm making sure they're all firing at the enemy artillery and not at infantry. I'm not worried about popping those infantry units out of that fortified line. I mean, they're going to move when I want them to move, so that's not a problem. Yep, all comes down to ammo. And it's 11 o'clock. This ends at 1800, so, you know, 9 hours. No, I'm sorry, 7 hours, which is a long time. Okay, now we need to push on this hill. And I can already see another artillery. So I think, okay, should I stop and just kill that artillery before I advance? And I think that's what I go with. I think I go with, let's kill that guy. Because it just means fewer losses and there's really no rush. Like, just advance, see artillery, kill it, advance again. So I was planning on, like, attacking that line, but as soon as I saw his artillery, it was, no, we don't need to do that. Let's just take a moment and wipe out this battery. So I'm wiping out 1, 2, 3, 4 batteries are being wiped out. You know, they started at about 500. So it's 2,000 men, 2,000 artillery, gone. Yeah, that artillery, that infantry unit was getting hit, and he has a detached skirmisher out, but he's down to 2,100, and I'm moving back the other infantry. They're within range; they can be seen. So yeah, Just pulling them back out of sight so they're not getting hit, because if I do that, he can't see anything, he can't hit anything. Then I'm just checking all my units. Yep, he can't see any of my units, so he's just going to stand there and die. Yep, this is all going to plan. And I would have done this for another 6.5 hours just like this if I'd had ammo. So, make sure you have 4 ammo wagons. Because I think 4 ammo wagons per corps you could do it. And I did not even think for a second. Like, I knew all I have to do is fight Cold Harbor again. I could have the ammo wagons I need, and no chance. Not an answer. Yeah, if you look at the red bar to the blue bar, I think I already outnumber him at this point. I certainly outnumber him in artillery, so this is a done deal. I'm going to win this. It's just a question of how and how much. The other thing to be aware of is how close you have to be to that supply marker to get ammo. Just about where you see my forward units, right behind that. So what that means is, if I move my artillery forward, my artillery can resupply on that ammo point. There isn't a lot of ammo in there, but it would be nice to be able to resupply my artillery. Okay, here he comes, so great. There are some real weird hidden spots on this map where the enemy, I know he's there. I know he's right there and I can't see him. And I don't know why I can't see him. Okay, I want to bait him forward, so I'm having everybody fall back, hopefully get him to advance. Like, this is what I want to do. I want him to get locked onto my detached skirmishers, move forward. But that's really irritating that he goes invisible. Okay, he's going to turn his flank. Yep, if he goes forward, I'm going to hit his flank. If he turns and charges, I'm going to pop him. I have my infantry right there. But he's had enough. So, too bad. Okay, that guy got too far forward, so we'll send him back to his parent. Yeah, I don't know if you can notice, but one of my ammo wagons is flashing empty. I think the one on the right already went empty. It's 1200. This is bad. This is not good at all. So 2 ammo wagons gone, and it's only 1200. Yep, the one on the right, empty. Get rid of him. 2 down, 2 to go. Yeah, if at all possible, I want the 10-pound parrots. I was like holding back on them because there was no artillery to shoot at. But if I can get exploding shell on his infantry, I'll do that. Yeah, his infantry does not like exploding shell, even from 10-pound parrots. So yep, there's his charge. Yep, that's what we want to see. We want to see him charge. And he's had enough. So while the guy who was in the fortification is like finally leaving, just think how many times I had to hit him with artillery and snipers and detached skirmishers to finally get him to leave. This is a big problem in the battle, is that his units are really, really tough in those fortifications. Okay, on the left I moved a little bit forward, and I'm itching for a fight, so I'm just gonna attack. And I can see his artillery now that was hidden before, and my 20-pound parrots will get to work on him. I'm going to take some losses, but I see 1, 2, 3, 4 infantry that I'm just going to thump. Yeah, and I'm ready to knock him out of this fortification here. It's time for him to go, so we're going to knock him out of that too. Now keep in mind his best units on the map are his snipers. His snipers have perks and they're invisible and they have scoped Whitworths. So yeah, we're going to meet those guys very soon. And they're just going to rack up kills. And there's nothing you can really do about it. Because they can just be invisible and just inflict hundreds and hundreds of losses. Yeah, so I've just thumped those 4 units. One of them, did he retreat or he vaporize? He's gone. So, yeah, he just got thumped. And what this does is, this opens up like his right flank, but what he has over there are the sniper units. So that's a problem. So I need to get rid of his artillery and then make my way around him and hopefully kill his units. So I've just moved up the hill with my infantry. It was pretty much unopposed. And I can see his artillery to the rear, and all my artillery can reach him. So I want to get into the woods and fire with him in the open, if at all possible. And that's fine. And really, at this point, like the flag on this hill is easy to take, and the flag on the other hill is surprisingly easy to take. And if you just want to get out of here with that, you can do it. I just want to kill them all. Just because. Okay, I'm a little too close to his fortification, so this plan with the detached skirmishers is... I'm going to abort that, and... yeah, I'm just not going to fiddle with it. I'm going to keep moving them to the north, the 4 infantry units, because I want to pop his fortification, but it is much, much harder. I thought it was going to fall pretty easily, but it is much, much harder than I thought it was going to be to get through there, and way more expensive in losses. I bet I lose 1,500 men, maybe 2,000 just going across there. The far northern right flank into that. I thought it was going to be pretty easy because I'd be able to hit it with artillery, but it was not. So anyway, we're killing his artillery. Well, the original plan was to have a whole bunch of artillery firing canister into his prepared position and knock him out of there with artillery, which you could do if you had the ammo to do it. And I no longer have the ammo to do that. So even if it took an hour to do that, it would still be free and easy, except I don't have the ammo. So if you bring ammo, however, I recommend getting about 6 artillery units and hitting him at any point with canister, exploding shell and then canister until he routes off of those prepared positions. Well, and then just keep bleeding him to death for hours on end, really. I have no idea what this guy is doing routing. Looks like he's stuck in the water. So on the left, I'm just hiding in the woods, trying to stay away from his snipers, while I take this hilltop on the right, basically, and then get my guys into position on the far right and wipe out 2 more artillery batteries. Both of them were, I think, over 500 when they started. Yeah, you can see his sniper on the left. It's like 550. Yeah, those are the most dangerous units on the map. Okay, he's down to 14 guns. So I think these are the last 2 artillery, I think. Is that right? Or is there one more? Oh, please keep attacking across the river. Please. Yep, you can see I've taken up like a defensive line in cover on the hilltop. I just want to keep pounding him with artillery and keep just firing into him. And hopefully he keeps attacking across the water until my guys on the far right are in position. That turns out to be not as effective as I thought because I don't have the artillery support. But what I can do is move my artillery close to the supply point in the south and get at least some resupply, and I'm moving my 20-pound Parrots over there now to get some resupply for my 20-pound Parrots. It's really irritating that I have to like move them to the right, and I want to move them forward and start shooting on his sniper and kill him at range because both his snipers are over there. I can kill them both with my 20-pound Parrots. But no, I have to move first to the right and get resupplied. And I'm moving my 10-pound Parrots to get resupplied. And most of them will get a pretty good resupply, and then it'll be out of ammo. And then the guys on the right, I have to move them up onto the hill to get resupplied from the ammo point that I'm about to capture on the hilltop on the right. But that's not where I really wanted them to be. I didn't want them to be on the hilltop. I wanted them to be on the far right with that infantry getting ready to attack along the northern edge of the map. And even then, it's not going to be enough ammo. It's just going to be a resupply. And they're like you can see they're all flashing the yellow ammo symbol, but it's not going to completely resupply those guys. There's a bunch of them. And there's not enough ammo in the supply point to load them up. So they're going to get like quarter full. And it is going to be about 1,400. So I have 4 more hours to go. And I'm going to have about an hour of ammo, maybe. Something like that. Yeah, I'm playing with his snipers over here, whittling him down. His artillery's been taken out, pretty much. I think he has 5 guns left. I think one of his guns, I think I lost visibility on him, I'm not sure. But I'm going to go ahead and attack on the left and try to go after his snipers. I'm going to kill one of them, but I don't think I'm going to kill both of them. And I think he has a third one somewhere as well. Yep, now I can see. See, that guy just went out of sight for a while, and that's the last 5 guns. And when I kill him, he'll be completely out of ammo. And that was easy. That was easy to take out his artillery. Yeah, I don't have the artillery support over here that I wanted on my far right. So I send detached skirmishers forward to like break his, degrade his morale and his ability to fight. And he just does not give up. So I end up doing that several times, sending my detached skirmishers forward. They take hits, they rout, to blend them back into the parent unit. I mean, I'm losing hundreds of men in this exercise. And yeah, the only thing that's gone well is he keeps attacking across that open area on that hilltop. That's great. And on the left side, he's going to get, my left, his right, he's going to get crushed over here because artillery and snipers are just going to bleed him. I mean, just going to crush him. And my guys are going to get completely around his right flank. And on the hilltop, things are going very well. But on the far right, things are going just not well at all. Okay, he's going to bring somebody forward. That's good. Not going to miss an opportunity to thump him, so that's great. But the guys in those I am surprised how well he just holds up. So he's charging over here on my left, and that's great. I hope he charges with everybody he has. Let's just go ahead and fight this out. In the open. He's in the water. That's not going to go well for him. So I'm happy to have this fight. In the far north, left side, his sniper is going to get caught in the corner and killed. I don't know where the other one got to. I think he's still alive. I'm happy to slug it out with these guys on the left. I'm happy to slug it out with these guys on the hilltop. This guy of 700 who's charging. My guy's in cover. Look at all that artillery support. He's going to get thumped. Yeah, his victory location on the right has been lost, and the one on the left, I could take it right now. There's nothing he could do about it. I could just walk in there and take it, and the battle's over. And it's 1400, 1420. But I want to get them all, so if I take the last victory location, the battle's over, and I don't want it to be over. So the only reason I don't take it right now is because I don't want the battle to be over. He still has, I think, 35,000 men at this point, and I want to get all 35,000. But yeah, this is going to be grindy. The fortification to the far north is a bear. He's in the woods. Like, I have the hilltop, but he's in the woods, and if I go in there, I'm going to have to dig him out of the woods. On the left, he's easy to drive out of there, but when I drive him out of there, he's just going to go to the right, all the way to the woods in the far north right, and just be a real pain in the neck. So, and it feels like there's like just 20,000 guys just hiding right behind what I can see. I mean, I know there's 35,000 somewhere, so it's just, where are they? Okay, I advanced just a little too fast here. Notice that on the top north, like, my goal is to advance no faster than the artillery, but I advanced across the river without artillery support. So he's got a bunch of stuff over there. So then I fall back and wait for the artillery to catch up. Also, same thing. I just attacked his position here with mostly infantry and long-range artillery support. Well, this is beautiful. He attacks all the way across this open field. Why is my guy not firing? My guys are not firing. Why? So I just have my guy charge, and then he starts retreating for some reason. I don't know. That seems kind of glitchy. I'm in melee. Come on, fire into that guy. Okay. So anyway, I finally get the artillery up, as you can see, and now I'm ready to advance with artillery support, which makes it very, very easy. So my artillery is providing support as I'm attacking these guys in the woods in the center, but not really exactly where I want them to be. Okay, I think his units are shattering. They're getting pretty small. So I'm attacking now far north on the left, and we're going to take that hilltop and then be able to fire artillery down. We're driving him out of the woods around the victory location. Unfortunately, I can't take the ammo supply without risking taking the victory location and ending the battle. What does he have? I think he had, what, 25,000? And all I've done on the far right, I thought this was going to be easy, and all I've done is just take a bunch of losses over there. And he has a sniper over there that's just been picking on my units, bleeding them to death. Fortunately, I can see him. At least I can hit him now. So, and I have about 5 or 6 artillery that's been hitting this one guy that just now routed. But I've been hitting him for about an hour and a half. Finally, he routs, and I have a breakthrough. But behind him, or I don't know it, but there are like 10 units. It's not like I'm just going to walk through there. So, it's 1,500. This is easily won at this point. I'm going to win. It's just a question of how many losses I'm going to take. If I'm patient, it won't be hardly any. If I'm not patient, it'll be more, and I'm not patient because I've kind of had enough of this. Battle's over. I've won. He should be fleeing the battlefield. Finally broke that guy who held out all that time against my 4 infantry units. But man, was that costly. All because I didn't have the 4 artillery units that I wanted over there supporting the attack. And so I had to do it with brute force and take lots of losses that I didn't need to take. Now he gets into the fortification and gets my Whitworth unit into melee. So I go ahead and charge with the infantry, but he inflicts a lot of losses on my sniper unit. But we're going to pound him now. That was one of those glitchy things. He went into the fortified position and just really inflicted a lot of losses on that unscoped Whitworth. Yeah, notice how he's in the water and like everybody's flashing white. That's kind of what we wanted. We want that. And unfortunately, some of my artillery is out of ammo, so it's firing at 1/3 speed right now. And yeah, I'm kind of torn. I kept some ammo in the ammo wagon. I wanted to hold it back away from my infantry and just have my snipers resupply. And I'm actually doing that. I'm resupplying my snipers, and I'm thinking, okay, it's 1,500. I have till 1,800, 2.5 hours. I can let my snipers fire for 2.5 hours and my artillery and snipers fire for 2.5 hours. There won't be anything left of his army. He's already flashing white. He's already broken. And that's a good plan, except my artillery, I mean, they're all flashing the ammo symbol, and they're all going to be completely out in a moment. And they're going to fire at 1/3 speed, and there's going to be no point. And the other thing is, I kind of want to get in and get this guy in melee. Yeah, my infantry needs the XP. Although, like I was thinking, 2 more hours. Like, here's the thing. If my artillery had had ammo and they could have fired for 2 more hours at regular speed, they would have ground up they would have gotten a lot of XP for firearms. But firing at 1/3 speed, it just didn't seem like worth doing. It might have been, but I was thinking, let's just get in. Let's get some infantry experience. All the experience I get for the infantry is all good. While I could just take shots at these guys with my snipers and they would do fine, they would do great. My snipers are already at 100 everything. So I don't know. Looking at the video, probably the right call was be patient. I mean, you need two things, ammunition and patience, and I'm out of both at this point. So I'm not going to do it the smart way. I'm going to do it the, let's go get these guys and just thump them. I feel like beating up on him. But the smart play, if you have patience and ammo, is, see, 16, 2 hours and 20 minutes of letting your snipers and artillery just fire at these guys and bleed them down. The other thing I was thinking, though, if my artillery keeps firing at these guys for 2 hours, they're just going to shatter. Like, I'm looking at these enemy units and they're down pretty small, and if they get any smaller and my artillery and snipers keep hitting them, I'm not going to get any captures, and I'd like to get, you know, I think I get 10,000 captures out of this. That's not many. And so that's kind of like a decision too. Okay, there's no way to save that guy. He's going to be retaken. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of guys. He's not getting out of there. No, I might have been. No, I can't get him out of there. He's going to be retaken. And he is. Okay. So yeah, I don't know what you do in this position. That's up to you, but as you can see, I have the snipers in position. I'm having the infantry fall back. I'm having the snipers move forward, and I'm still toying with the idea of, at the water line, if they retreat into the water, my infantry and snipers and artillery, look where my artillery is. I mean, he's just perfectly placed. Hit him with exploding shell, maybe even canister if he tries to cross the river. My snipers can get shots all day. I'm pushing forward the artillery in the rest of my army to get them right behind my infantry and fire canister. It's 1600 now. Yeah, and I'm really torn as I'm doing this. How am I going to end this? Am I going to end it with snipers and artillery just hitting him, or am I gonna like have all of this infantry just go in and crush him? And his entire army is like flashing white, and then something happens that kind of makes the decision for me. And if you look at his units, they're pretty tiny, some of them. They're like 400, 500. Yeah, I'm watching them shatter. So I'm not happy about his units shattering. And look at all those surrenders. He's ready to give up. And I'm thinking, a couple more shots. Yeah, I need to make sure I take the flag. And I'm going to go into melee. Like look at him surrender and get recaptured. I'm going in after this guy. Yeah, it's time to go. It's go time. Let's go ahead and just get this guy. Okay, I hit pause, turn off all the artillery, turn off the snipers. Yeah, this is going to be a few hundred losses, but we're going to grind some XP. And we're going to get some captures. And I'm loving this. I'm just loving this. Yeah, this is a fitting end to this battle. Yeah, thumping him like that was fun. So 7,200 minus 20%, that's, like 5,800. He lost 50, 40, 50, 55, 56, 57. So it's about 10 to 1. Which is great. I'm happy with 10 to 1. Okay, 2,000. I think Pratt got wounded. Sniper got 2,000, but I wasn't really trying for sniper kills. The artillery, 1,400, 1,300, 1,100. So all the snipers did well. The unscoped Whitworths did well. 10-pound Parrots getting 1,000 kills, that's fine. JF Browns kind of suck. Those 10-pound Parrots got about 850, which is okay. These are kind of small. Why did that 20-pound Parrot not get a bunch of kills? What did I do wrong with those 20-pound Parrots? Yeah, I want to check. I had some units take some heavy losses. There were a couple of units that got hit by snipers that were trying to break fortified positions. So yeah, some of my units took some serious hits. But those snipers were a bear. Okay, a lot of my colonels got promotions. My lieutenant colonels did not get promotions. Okay, 12-pound howitzers. It's a bunch of 63s. Some Whitworths. He had Whitworths. And yep, skirmisher unit killed 586. Then he had one infantry unit killed 521. I'd like to know who that was. Oh, I bet that was the guy in the fort that I kept assaulting. His artillery is very underwhelming. Okay, one guy, yeah, that hurts, but look at the rest of them. Look at all those zeros. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 4, 4, 4, 5. I mean, that's really good. But this one guy hurt. Okay, he had two skirmishers. One of them got a lot of kills. The other one didn't. One of his infantry, I'm pretty sure that must have been the guy in the fortified position. His cav didn't do anything, so... Yep, 20-pound Parrots. But one of the 10-pound Parrots did as well as the 20-pound Parrots. Don't know why. So all of my 20-pound Parrots did not... Well, some of the artillery spent the time firing long range, and they're not going to get a bunch of kills. Okay, here are my snipers. Two of my snipers took what I would consider to be a lot of losses. So they started at 375. That guy lost 64. That hurts. They got good kills. Again, they're all at 100 skill, so it doesn't really matter. And I'm wondering why my lieutenant colonels didn't get any promotions. It's okay. It was a good battle. I was happy. 10-1. 17,600. 18,600 with captures. That's crazy. I'm going to get 18,600 in the next battle too. The units went up in XP nicely. That's nice. That's a very nice gain. All of my artillery did well. They went up nicely in experience too. $93 reputation, $555,000, plus a couple $1 million in junk to sell. Okay, he did go down. He was 46, now he's down to 45. And yeah, the other two numbers are to the sky, armory and training. Going to get another 18,600. That's 38,000 men. I'm going to get this, another 8,000. It's 46,000 men in the last two battles before Washington. That's a ton of men. Look at how good these units are. These guys are well on their way to... I mean, if they don't make it, that's fine. But look how close that is. That's 83. If I put a 3-star general, that should be 93. I don't know if I've ever seen... I don't know if I've ever had a unit get to 100 on that experience bar with 3 stars. Max it out. Let's see. Wow. That's amazing. That is... Wow. Okay, that was fun. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm glad the battle's over. The lesson is make sure you have supply wagons, and then let your artillery just shoot these guys to pieces. It's an easy victory. It is just very long and tedious to make sure your artillery is doing its job and hitting the targets that you think you're hitting, and keep them from glitching out so they don't lose condition, because that's irritating. Other than that, though, pretty easy battle, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.